Hello, Leo. Welcome to your January 2022 reading. I'm doing my reading with the windows open because I refused to turn on the AC on the last day of December. Unfortunately, some cars are kind of driving by with noise. So hopefully we could hold out there. I already shuffled the cards off camera, but I'll do it once or twice on camera just for the character. What we're going to do today is do a general relationship spread that covers anyone, and then we'll do a one-on-one relationship spread between you and a specific person. And then I have oracle cards from Spirit to you about your relationship status. And then, let's see, I have oracle cards from a specific person to you. And then I'll also have my Eros cards if you want to get a few sex tarot cards. And then I close it out with some angel advice cards too. Alrighty, so first we are going to do the Horseshoe Spread. Okay, let's mess that up. Okay. Alrighty, Leo. We got your past, present, future 3 to 4 months out. We got you in a nutshell, your environment, your hopes and or your fears, and then your 12-month outcome. So let's see. I guess since this is December 31st, this will be 12 months from now, December 31st, how you'll end the next year. Interesting. So it looks like let me pull one of these just for advice. Sorry, not for interpretation. So it looks like in the past, in your romance forecast, there was something that made you really happy. You felt like you were free to be as you were. You didn't have to hide anything. You weren't ashamed. You were proud of who you were, your body. You were proud of being able to love. Your heart's fully exposed. It's interesting. It's a little confusing because this is paired with Eros, which I generally like to see in a romance reading. So sometimes when cards are reversed, I'll either see it as a block to the extreme or the opposite of it. So generally, Eros is the card of passion, desire, love, sexuality, creation. He's seen as Cupid. Depending on which origin story, sometimes he's the son of Aphrodite. I forgot the father. But it looks like in the past you were in a situation where you were very happy. It could be either way, but I mean, the lesser chances that you either felt like you weren't desired or you felt like you were very desired, which I know is super ambiguous. That's why I pulled this other card as advice, or sorry, as more to interpret. It could have been a situation where there was a new love involved and like it was hot and heavy at the beginning. It was very steamy, and it was just kind of like, since it was a new love, you know, you had to explore the territory, and it was like a honeymoon phase, I guess. Present situation. So it looks like maybe some sort of truth was revealed or is about to be revealed. It still could be hidden since it's in reversed. And that's paired with Eros strife. So it looks like there is some sort of challenge. I mean, there are worse cards to have in the deck, so perhaps now that you're over the honeymoon phase, you're getting down to like the realities of life and, you know, having to really learn about each other and not just have so much sex. So this is your 3 to 4 month future. We got Hercules and we got the Lovers reversed. So if you are in a situation with someone, it almost seems like you could break up with them, or you might pull back from them at least, because you want to protect your heart. Whatever happened right here, it kind of leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth, and you're not sure if you want to fully open your heart to them or not. Okay, so this is you in a nutshell. We got Gaia manifestation, and we got the 5 cups reversed. Man, everyone is just driving around today because of New Year's. I guess they have the day off. Okay. So it looks like you can have anything you want, Leo. As soon as you want it, you have it. Maybe what you thought you wanted was a relationship full of sex, but maybe you're finding that you want a relationship of intimacy more than sex, physical sex. Because something about you, like, you're sad about it and you're getting over it. You got the 3 of Cups down here that are spilt, but you still have 2 cups left that remain for you to look back at if you just are willing to turn around. So this is your environment. This is not necessarily something you can control, but it is definitely the weather's gonna affect you whether you go out or stay in or you put on a raincoat. So we got I'm so glad this is in your environment and not on you. We got the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and then we got Apollo, God of Light. So this card is typically about imbalance. It's typically about someone not getting enough attention. So one person's getting more energy and the other one's not. But this is for your environment. So it could be you're in a situation on a grander scale, or in a city, or maybe in a job or workplace where someone's not getting paid fairly, or someone was not given the attention they needed. Maybe, like, Christmas was a tight run for you guys. But I mean, generally it's just like there's imbalance in your atmosphere, which is not necessarily conducive or nurturing to having love. If you're having to worry about money, or if everyone's worrying about money, then there's not time for the icing on the cake of love. But it does look like there's I mean, despite there not being money, people still like to look good and have attention in the space, in your social circle. Okay, so this is your hopes and or your fears. So I'm gonna take this as a hope. You're hoping that people think you look damn sexy. You hope people are physically attracted to you. And let's see. Your fear is having to carry too much weight in a relationship. You don't want to have to do all the work. You want someone else to carry 5 of those sticks with you. That's fair to ask for as a fear, It's also good to not focus on your fears, because you don't want that to be true. You don't want to manifest it by focusing on it. It's also good to face your fears so you could acknowledge it and be like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and now I can manage it. Let's see, and this is your 12-month outcome. We got the Moon in reverse and Athena Protectress in reverse. So it looks like in 12 months for you, Leo, some sort of truth will be revealed, some sort of shadow side will be acknowledged and put into plain sight. Which is funny, because you got like the sun over here where everything's in plain sight, everything's visible, and then 12 months from now, on this exact day, you're gonna have like it's again gonna be illuminated. The sunlight is a lot more strong than moonlight, but full moon can be pretty bright too. This is about coming out of your shadow side and accepting the dark and the light within you, and not sparking at things you're afraid of. We got Athena Protectress. She can be a little combative. She's a warrior, especially if you know her origin story. Okay, so let's see. let me put these away and shuffle them so I can do your one-on-one spread. 1 second. Okay, Leo, I shuffled the cards. I'll do once on camera, I guess. Oops, for good measure. Alrighty. So this is typically the current you, and this is typically the person you're thinking of. If you need to switch these roles, you can. Since it's a general reading, it has to accommodate many people, many Leos. This is your shared energy, this in the past, present, and future. Alrighty. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's normally a very resourceful woman. She knows where to spend her money, and she's not excessively lavish. She'll use her money wisely and smartly. She's also very abundant. We have this little rabbit down here in the corner. But it's upside down, so it's maybe you don't feel like you're abundant right now. You feel like you're a little restricted with your money. And money can affect relationships, for better or worse. And over here we got Nike, victory in reverse. Alrighty. So it seems like, yeah, you're struggling with money. You feel like you might have taken a loss. You might have taken a hit. Maybe there was an unexpected bill, or I don't know, maybe you were laid off or something. Something happened where you just don't feel like you have the money you need to get through the day. And this is the current. Sorry, this is the partner. Over here we got the Seven of Cups reversed and Apollo, God of Light, reversed. Actually, this is, I keep getting Apollo today, so let me just read the whole card just in case something I'm missing. The sun and its light were regarded as different divinities. Thus the sun's disk rays on the sky, but the light that Apollo travels to earth is found in many places in many uses, from ripening fruit to healing illness. His sharp arrows of light were also useful in battle, making him a fearsome warrior. The sun's central use in astrology is meant that Apollo was also the god of divination and prophecy. He was brought to order from the cosmos and returned to the stars to their rightful places. Plucky Apollo is now ready to assist you in any circumstances requiring skill, ingenuity, strength, and stamina. He will cast light, awarding you with understanding and determination. If dark has descended on you and you are battling a serpent right now, you can be assured that Apollo is on his way. Everything about the sun's energy is considered positive, rejuvenating, and so will be restored, and you should enjoy affirmations and confidence in all you do. Sorry, I came out so many times I thought I should read it. It's interesting because the sun light, and then you are Leo, so which are considered different. The sun and the sunlight are different. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of choices, illusions, confusions for your partner right now. Now you might be getting a lot of attention right now, and they might not even like it because it's upside down. It's like if it was the other way up, it would be like they were wanting it, but it's like, yeah, maybe there's too many different ways they're getting divided right now. This is your past shared energy. We got the Chariot and Strife. So it looks like there was some sort of challenge or strife in your past. You guys kept trying to do something, fixing it, moving on to finding another problem, and you finally fixed it. You finally were able to get out of that cycle, and you were able to move forward with focus, with you guys both on the same page and moving in the same direction. If you were in two different directions, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere. You'd just be stuck in the chariot, like, on the side of the road. but with the focus, with the shared common goal moving forward, you were able to move forward past the strife. Present situation. Prometheus. I mean, I know the Prometheus card, but it's come out so many times today too. And when I mix the cards, like, I'll stick them in the deck separately and then shuffle them. They keep coming out. Prometheus. Prometheus represents the cunning and determination of humankind. By deliberately endearing himself to Zeus, he was able to be part of the god's inner circle, but actually he was a human who wanted most of all to assist his kind. He was astute and would anticipate and warn people to watch out for Zeus's trickery. Interesting. Using clever tactics, Prometheus stole a fire which represents not only warmth but also foresight, and gave it to humanity. This resulted in terrible afflictions being released in the world, but at least hope survived. So Prometheus never lost hope, and he represents cunning and determination. Despite being punished, his spirit remained undaunted. Now you too must use clever tactics and remain undaunted, cunning, and determined to succeed. The trade-off for upsetting people is your strength and fortitude. Yes, you may have adversities, but use guile, anticipation, and hope and foresight to achieve success. Okay. So I guess I learned a little something new about Prometheus. Alright. So, one of the things about Prometheus was that he was a little tricky, he was a little sneaky, he was trying to snoop his way or slink his way into Zeus's inner circle so he can steal that fire. So it looks like between you two, one person might be kind of being sneaky, being strategizing. They might be trying to either sneak back into your heart after some sort of heartache, which isn't isn't the most truthful way to do it, so, but it is what it is, it looks like there could be heartache that someone's like overcoming. And it's interesting because both of you guys have like such like gold luminous cards, like you're bursting with energy, but in between you guys it's like, well, they are in reverse, so it's like this is your natural state of being, but it's being suppressed, it's being blocked. And that's probably because the heart's broken between you guys. But we do have a change of pace up here. 10 of Pentacles and Water Nymphs feelings reversed. So these nymphs are known for taking these men into the deep waters and drowning them, but it's in reverse. So it might be that with time you'll be able to swim out of the deep emotions that you guys are drowning in, which are typically negative emotions, and you might be able to get back to union. Your household will be back in order. You'll be abundant again. Your family life will be restored. I mean, that sounds good enough. Okay, so let me pull some cards. These are the Oracle cards from Spirit. So these are from a bird's eye point of view and not necessarily hinted with a person's own version of the story. So we got decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Awakening. Someone is understanding a spiritual transformation. Intuition. You already know the answer you seek. Healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. And these were all upright. So I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. Like, if you guys are in separation right now, or at least pulled back from each other, you are protected and safe, and in that safety you're able to heal before you get back together. You have strong intuition, so you already know what to do. You know what you should do. You just gotta actually take the action and do it. Okay. Yeah, let me pull these off to the side. Okay. Typically what I've been doing is doing these Eros sex cards in between the spirit cards. So I'll keep this pattern going on. After I do these sex cards, then I'll do the cards from your person. And I'll just leave it open to whether it's something that your person wants or something you want. Either way. It's something you want and you just don't realize yet. More than I thought, but okay. So I have a mix of cards in here. Some are very vanilla and some are kind of kinky. We'll see what you got. Clamp it down. Batteries required. Patience. Group sex. Threesome. Hold me close. Loving. Intimacy. Sudden and overwhelming. So, yeah, this could be clamping, you know, either your nipples or something else. Maybe that's something that one of you guys wants to try. Batteries required. Maybe one of you guys wants the extra energy from some sort of power tool in your bedroom. Patience. Sometimes, you know, people, it's just so annoying when people are outside. Sorry. Sometimes people just need time to get their gears going. Group sex. So this is upside down. So it's either, you know, a block. I really didn't interpret these, or I didn't really design these cards for opposites, but I mean, if you feel like that's the opposite for you, go ahead. They might want some sort of group sex activity or maybe some sort of group date, and then you go off in your separate ways. But you also got threesome here, so one or both of you guys is interested in having multiple partners. If that's something you want to do, talk to your partner. Suppressing that urge is not going to solve the urge. It's going to just probably make it worse. You'll feel unfulfilled if you try to push it away, if that's something you need, or that's something they need. You could also try a soft scenario where you try threesome before you try group sex. Decide on like who the person is, who you're going to ask. You know, will there be a limit? Will you be able to talk to that person again? Or will it be like one and done kind of thing? There's plenty of sex apps like, I don't know, Tinder and Double List and what's that? I don't know. There's tons of things. Just look them up on your phone to find people like that. Or you could ask within your social circle. Hold me close. It looks like do you want some intimacy? That's more of a sentimental thing, and that's paired with loving. So they do. So interesting. It could be this is a mix of cards from you and your person. One of you guys wants to be very sentimental and metaphorically loving. Yeah. And one of you guys might want to have a strong physical experience. Clamp it down could also be like maybe they want to lock it down with you, like they want a stronger, instead of just like a NSA, they want like a stronger commitment to you too. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards from your person if you think you need some messages from another person. There you go. This. Alrighty. I hope that music isn't too loud on the camera, but I don't know. There's some Mexican music going on. I am Mexican too, so I know. I regret my choices. Again, when these things are upside down, that's either blocked, reversed, or to the extreme. You can't come with me. I hope I will see you again. So many things remind me of you. I don't know what comes next. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't trust you. I'm not available. Interesting. So I'm almost wondering if, especially considering these Eros cards, like maybe you, Leo, is the one that wanted more of a physical experience and you want to try more threesome group sex experiences. It could be the other way around. But this is what I'm kind of getting the, the spread here. Maybe you want just to play the field and be like the King of Wands and looking around, seeing what you like because you're not ready to lock it down yet. Or it could be them because they're saying they're sorry. Maybe they think that you did wonder, but you didn't, and you were holding back still for their sake. It seems like they don't feel like they're available to you. If they are like wanting to do some sort of sexual experimentations, maybe they don't feel like they should be around you because it's just not worth it to you. Because they know you want to clamp it down, and you're not ready for a full, and they're not ready for a full commitment. And maybe they know perhaps you want loyalty. Leo is a fixed sign of loyalty. So maybe they can't offer it to you, so they don't want you to come with them. But maybe when they're ready, they're done sowing their seed, they'll be able to come back, or they think they can come back. I'm not sure if they can or not. Okay. I'll pull some of these cards. I haven't pulled them for everyone, but I'll do them for you. So if you have a question of when something will happen, I'll pull 2 cards. You could either ask 2 separate questions, or you could just pick A or B as your answer for one single question. July and 9 months. If you had a question about timing. So July is, the time of Leo. 9 months is the time it takes to make a baby. I know. So here's the angel advice cards to finish up your reading. We got calcite, busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your scheduling during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. So when you're busy, all humans have the same 24 hours in the day, separately from, I guess, maybe making the argument between someone living on the North Pole and the equator, but that's like minutia to minuscule. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, so when someone's too busy, that's actually just saying that A or B is not important enough for me. I'm choosing to do C. And anytime, everything you do is a choice. Every minute you spend of your life is a choice of how you spend your time. No one else can force your hand to do something or be somewhere or do something that you don't want to do. So if you feel like you're too busy, make choices for yourself. Like, am I too busy to paint? Am I too busy to cook my own food? Am I too busy to exercise? Why am I choosing to, I don't know, why am I choosing to work an extra hour at work for like the extra $30, of overtime pay when I could be at home cooking myself a healthy meal? Like, is it really worth that $30 of overtime pay? I don't know. You made the choice, but just because someone asks you to do something overtime pay, maybe, doesn't mean you have to say yes. If it's a true question, then they have to be able to accept no as a potential answer if they really respect you. And saying no can be very freeing, because then they could find someone else. Maybe someone else that's more willing, because if you're having to work, for example, again, overtime, and you're not wanting to do it, you're going to be doing it half-assed anyway, so your employer can find someone else to work the overtime and, have more of their desire in it. But calcite is a pretty easy stone to acquire if you want to have it in a ring or a necklace or whatever. I do think I have some calcite jewelry in my online shop if you're interested in looking at that. But if you wear it, it can help you remember to be mindful of saying yes to some things and saying no to some things. You gotta give yourself some things that you want to do sometimes. You can't just do the things that you feel like you should do or you have to do. You have to make time for yourself, because if no one else is going to do it for you, and no one else can. Sometimes I think it's funny, like, I think of the idea of, like, say, I wouldn't pay someone else to watch Netflix for me, because, you know, Netflix can be like something fun and enjoyable for some people, but again, you know, that would sound bizarre, but there's other like lesser things, like, well, if I want to make music or paint, you know, no one else is going to do that for me either, so, you know, some things are also enjoyable, like tarot reading. Of course, you know, I don't make money off it, but I like doing it. It's another gold card here. All is well. Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to happen. With hitting blessings, you will soon understand. So that does feel like a very calming thing. Like, if you know everything's happening according to plan, then there's no need to worry about it. Oh, there's a family issue thing. No. Okay, so the next card I have for you as advice is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So whether it's family issues with your parents, or maybe you have family issues with your kids or sisters or brothers, whatever, if you're giving all your time to trying to solve these problems and just like kind of put a band-aid over problems, it's going to take away time that you can have from having a deep romantic relationship. So if you're able to actually genuinely solve the problems, even if you have to go to therapy and put in what it seems like more time to their family just to get it taped, you know, locked down, figure it out, flattened out, it will save you time in the long run instead of having to constantly patch something that's broken. You could just actually really, truly fix it. So this is actually like a life hobby advice card, but I pulled it for you anyways. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So maybe you need more training, education about a situation. It could be that, you know, you need to learn more about sex or sexuality. It could be more about relationships. I do enjoy the book All About Love by Bell Hooks. I think it's a very good book. She's not like, you know, paying me or anything. It's just a good book. If you're looking to learn about love. Orpheus Faith. And I feel like this is kind of like supporting this other card over here. So, Orpheus is also the singer. His wife died and went to the underworld, and he went... Oh man, okay. Yeah, he went to the underworld, and Hades and Persephone were so moved by his story and his song that they allowed him to take his wife out of the underworld, but they were given the string attached so that he couldn't look back at her until they were completely out. They were at the last length of the cave, exiting hell, and he looked back at her, and then she, you know, died. So don't look back at the past. Don't question, you know, is it going to work out, or is someone going to follow me to the right place? They will get there if you keep moving forward and don't look back, because when you look back, you're giving energy to the past and not to the future. Okay, my Leos, thank you for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next month.